Alright guys, hello and welcome to hopefully your first tutorial that you're watching of me. If not, this is a good place to start. We're going to be talking about breadboarding. Now this is how we build our circuits that we can then control with our Arduino board. So, what I've got here is my nifty little case of gadgets and components for our circuits, and I've got a multimeter. We're going to do well, I'll show you instead of telling you about it. So, we're going to open this up here. And, we got a bunch of stuff. We're just going to take our breadboard. So, here we go. Now, this is a breadboard. Alright? There's a lot of ways, there's a lot of things you can do with this. And a bunch of... It's a really good idea someone had. Wish I had a history lesson for you, but I don't. So, here it is. Now, I want to show you basically how a breadboard works and what you can do with it. So, a breadboard it's got a bunch of these holes, whole bunch of these holes on it. And, I think there's 30 of them down and 5 across in this row. Alright. Now, these things on the side, these positive and negative, with positive and negative markings going all the way like this, they're called rails. Now, rails are nice because you can take a power or a ground and hook into that all the way down your board, all the way down the breadboard. So, we're going to run a continuity test on this, and we're going to test whether or not, I'm going to show you how, where we get connection. So basically, this is when you put these together, they'll make a noise. I think you can hear that. Should be able to. Let's see here. That's the noise they're gonna make. So basically, if we put one here on the positive side, up here, and we put one on the positive side down here, we will get power. Now, if I could get that to work, let's see here. I see. These need to be deeper. Let's see here. Anyways, should be. Yeah. Let me see here. Maybe able to stick that down there. Oh well. If you go, you can actually try this at home. If you take a multimeter and you put it on continuity, right there, the dial's turned on with sound. You got sound. You can actually put this on the positive here, and you'll put it on the positive here at the bottom of the board. I'm gonna turn this sideways so you guys can see it. If you put this on the positive up here, positive down here, you will actually get connection, because that's connected going all the way up here on the positive side. Anywhere you put there, you'll get power. So you get power here, 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 all the way down. And the same goes for this side. Same thing, all the way down. Every single hole on the negative side has power because of this one being right here. And the same thing goes for the other side. You know, you got power down here on a positive marked side, negative marked side, you got power all the way down. Now, I did want to make one point. This, just because it's marked positive and negative, doesn't mean it's positive and actual negative. These are just markings to help you as you're working, so you don't get confused to the rows, which sometimes they are very useful. I've used that a lot, and they're extremely useful to have. Okay, so those are the rails. Now, these rows are actually not the same way. If we put power on row 1 here, we're not going to get power down here on row 30, even though it is in the same row. Same row. But we're not going to get power down here. That's not the way that these rows work. Only these rows, the rails, only work like that. These are rows, so if you put power here, gonna get it across here. So if we put power on, E, we're gonna get power on A. Alright, just like that. And that's how it works all the way down. On row 2, same way. All the way down here. You have to have power on this before you get power over here. So this goes across. These go across like this. These go down. So that's the way that your breadboard works. That's how we build circuits. You would take your components, and I'm just going to grab a component here. Let's say we've got a green light like this. Alright, we stick our green light in there. We can then take our jumpers. These are called jumpers. These wires. That's a jumper. All those flexible wires are jumpers. One thing I did want to say, you want to get the kit. The link for the kit will be in the description. You want to get the kit, the Sunfounder kit. It's a very nice kit. You get a lot of stuff, and for all my tutorials, that's all I'll be using is the stuff from the kit. Maybe a few extra resistors and stuff, but very cheap stuff. The kit itself is $22, but it is very much worth it. You get the breadboard, you get a lot of LEDs, a lot of resistors, tons of jumpers, a servo, a whole bunch of stuff. That's definitely something you have to get before you start to try any of my tutorials. So definitely look into that. So we can, let's say that we have hooked this LED up. Now this circuit isn't actually correct, but I'm not doing correct circuits now. I'm just basically showing you this would be powered, and if we put if we had our, first of all, you want to ground for this. Second of all, I'm not going to put power to this because it would probably blow my board, but there's a 5 volts pin on the Arduino board. 5 volts, so when you have this board, the Arduino board plugged in, if you have this on the 5 volts pin, you're going to get 5 volts out of this. We're going to now power up our, now this rail, this negative rail is now powered, and we're going to apply power. Say we switch this to negative rail, so now this wire's on the positive rail, this one's on the negative rail, this one here is negative rail, positive rail. So now we're going to attach the positive rail to ground. So we're going to put this down here at the end, and you'll see on your board, your Arduino, I'm using Uno, but all your pins should be the same, I'm pretty sure. I've never used anything other than Uno, but there's a GR, let's see, it's GND, that's ground. Yeah, I've just made this, the positive rail is now all ground. So now, let me put this on negative. There we go. Now, this LED is connected to ground and connected to power. So basically, that's how these breadboards work. Now, if you want to build circuits, I have tons of tutorials on that you can watch. And if you have requests for circuits, I will research it and build it for you. Alright guys, so that basically ends our tutorial on the breadboard. So definitely look into getting that kit, and I will see you in the next tutorial. See you later.